tech are far too rare, and women running tech, unfortunately, are even more rare. Our next guest is going to help change that. She's the first female CEO of 1871 Tech Incubator based right here in Chicago. So please welcome Betsy Ziegler. Hi, Betsy.
Hi, Betsy.
How are you?
Okay, so how are you going to change those numbers and make sure we have more lady bosses in the tech world?
Yeah, well, let's first start with a really important fact that everyone in Chicago needs to know, which is out of every city in America, we have the most female entrepreneurs of any city in America.
Yes.
Wow.
And that's 30%. So 30% of founders in Chicago are women, and the average in the country is about 18%. So we're doing actually extremely well already. Now, that's just a starting point, right? There's lots more. There's lots more to do.
Yeah.
And I run this organization, and our job is to help people build great businesses.
Tell us more about 1871.
Sure. So 1871 opened its doors about 6.5 years ago, and we exist literally to help inspire, equip, and support entrepreneurs, founders to help build their business. And to date, we have well over 400 alumni companies that are continuing to operate in Chicago. We have 450 or so companies incubating at 1871 right now. And the metric that we care the most about is how many jobs have been created in Chicago as a result of these companies.
Yeah,
and,
I was going to say, how important is it for these companies to not only, get their start with you guys, but to stay here in our city? Is this the majority?
It's extremely important, right? I mean, we are a not-for-profit organization. We measure our success on job creation. And just as a side note, more than 8,000 jobs in Chicago have been created by companies that have started at 1871, which we're quite proud of. But it'd be too bad if companies were born there and then decided to leave. And because the city is investing so much in supporting tech entrepreneurs in particular, there's no reason for them to leave now. We've got everything you need that you can build a great company here in Chicago.
How did you get involved in the world of tech?
Well, my first say, I truly have the greatest job in the world for me. I mean, it is a pleasure to go to work every day, because every day I get to come in and work with my team and help individual founders build, have a successful business, increase the probability of success. But I came to it by sort of a twisty, turny path. I mean, and my mom always has taught me that my life story is the summary of the choices that I've made, right? So like where you land now is sort of, you can look back. I spent 12 years as a consultant traveling around the globe, but living in Chicago. Then spent 7 years at Northwestern University where I worked as an administrator, and then joined 1871 last April. So it's been a journey, but it's been a fantastic one.
Right, MBA from Harvard. We forgot to mention that. And we were talking about this during the commercial break. You wake up at 4 a.m. every day and you read for 2 hours?
I do.
What do you read?
I read Twitter.
So you're reading news and
tips for success.
Social media. Okay.
I do. Twitter is the source, but many folks posting on Twitter is where I get my fast reads, hopefully facts.
Right.
I say facts, but fast facts, so that when I come in, I'm sort of in the know of what's actually happening. I also have a stack of books next to my table, but the honest answer is,
I love that. Yeah. Well, I mean, you're probably clicking on articles because somebody's posted this. That makes sense. It's going to keep you in the know.
But you're reading the president's tweets as he's tweeting them. It's about 4 a.m., right?
Well, I'm not going to.
Next question. Next question. What would you say to young ladies out there that are trying to climb the corporate ladder, or they're just getting into the tech world, or they want to?
Yeah. So I think a couple things. I think first, you've got to own your life, right? You have to act with intent, and you may not know at 25 what you're going to know at 45, but still the sort of notion of owning your life and that you're responsible, I think, is super important. And the second really important thing is to ask for help, because there are hundreds of people ready to hold the door open for the next folks that are coming through, both men and women. And I think people get afraid to ask for help, and I think that you should get over that and just do it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Betsy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Pleasure to meet you.